We're here in the Martin Ray open-top fermentation room, and in this room we have 33 open-top fermenters where we do most of our Pinot Noir and all of our high-end Cabernet, and these are all small lot fermenters. So what we have are 33 of these tanks that hold a maximum of 6 tons each. 6 tons of fruit in each of these tanks equates to about 300 cases of wine, and it allows you to put the fruit in the tank without crushing it or pumping it into the tank. You can actually just take whole clusters if you want and dump them right over the top of the tank. Having the tank open allows gas to escape and excess alcohol to volatilize off the top, and allows it to breathe a little bit during fermentation. We keep them covered when they're not fermenting. It's called cold soak. So essentially these vats are full of grapes, but they have carbon dioxide dry ice pellets on top of them to keep air out. So what's pretty common in open top fermentation is what's called cold soaking. So we bring fruit in, preferably picked at night, that's pretty cold. It comes in at 50 degrees Fahrenheit. We put it in the tank, we set the chillers on, and we soak it for about 5 days without adding yeast. And the reason to do this is if you keep the tank cold, yeast cannot be active and it can't start fermenting. And while the grapes are cold, you do 2 or 3 punch downs a day, which is where you take a little device that has a metal plate and you push the grape skins down into the soup of juice down below. And by doing that, you're extracting color and flavor and fruit character out of the grapes, but without the alcohol. Once you have active fermentation, you have carbon dioxide and you have alcohol. Alcohol is actually a solvent. So the goal with cold soaking is to extract as much fruit flavor and character and flavor out of your grapes before you have active fermentation with alcohol, which acts as a solvent and actually it pulls astringent characters out of your skins. So Pinot Noir especially, we will crush the fruit and cold soak for 5 or 6 days and gently work it and try to get as much flavor out of it now. And then once we add yeast, it becomes like an active sort of hot fermentation, and it goes pretty rapidly from there. Each of these tanks is punched down 3 times a day. We have a device that comes around and it pushes the cap down in. This cap is really dense, and the machine goes and it's a ram and it pushes down, it pushes the skins all the way down below the juice, and then they puff back up again. And we do that 2 or 3 times a day, and that's when you get all your character. And by doing that, you're essentially steeping the juice in the skins and getting all the flavor and the character out. And then after about a week, when the tanks are dry, we maintain fairly warm, 80 degrees, and then drain off the juice and take the skins and put it in a basket press where we gently press out the remaining juice into a waiting tank.